Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Leo placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Leo, I got this really interesting download as I was sitting here preparing for your reading. And it was coming through as like a metaphor for the shadow. So maybe you're doing some shadow work, or perhaps if it's not that like intense, it could also be just like looking back at a difficult period in your life where maybe there were sort of like adaptations that you had to take on, or like certain behaviors or things that you were engaging in order to protect yourself, or in order to like adapt to an environment that you're in. So you may be looking back at the past at like a certain difficult period in your life or something like that. But anyway, it was coming through as this metaphor as like a scuba diver, which is really interesting, that image. Because it could be a period of time where there was a lot of emotional overwhelm, right? Like with the ocean, or there's subconscious energy that you're working with. And I feel like what I was seeing was that like a scuba diver who's in the ocean. And in order to go down into the ocean, you need to be wearing scuba gear so that you can breathe. So the scuba gear is coming through as being the shadow aspect of you, Leo, where it's protective. It allows you to breathe in an environment that you wouldn't normally be able to. So the shadow is not a bad thing. I'm always saying that whenever shadow work comes up in a reading. It's not a bad thing. It's there to protect you. However, it can become maladaptive when, say, like you're no longer in the ocean, you're just going about your normal day, but you're still wearing scuba gear, right? Like that kind of thing. So it can actually impede your movement. It could make it more difficult to breathe. You're carrying a heavy burden. You have a bunch of stuff on you that you don't need. Like that, it's that kind of energy. So I feel like maybe you're doing some sort of work there where it's like, perhaps, so if you're going into the past, or you're going into your own subconscious, or you're like exploring some sort of emotional energy from your past, you do have to put on the scuba gear, right? You do have to do that. I'm also seeing like this image of like you're gaining the gem from that experience, right? Like, so say the last time you were in the ocean scuba diving, you lost something or you dropped something. It's like you're retrieving that from the bottom of the ocean. So there's maybe something that you're retrieving from your subconscious to bring it up to the surface in order to integrate it and that kind of thing. It's positive. It's perhaps something that was lost. It's something that you need, or that it's being returned to you, that kind of energy. But then it also is coming through, Leo, of like, once you come out of that energy, the ocean, you have to shed the scuba gear, right? Like, because it will end up becoming a burden if you use that energy when you don't need it, when you don't need to. So that's how it's coming through for you, Leo, which is a really interesting message. Because I feel like maybe you're in this place where it's like you're getting the gem, you're getting the wisdom, you're exploring some aspect of your subconscious in order to bring it out to the surface, or up to the surface. That I feel like that's where you are right now. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to pull cards for you, Leo. I'm using a new deck called the Energy Archaeology Oracle. I knew this card was going to come out. Okay, I knew this card was going to come out, the peacock. Well, it says pride. The second finger and toe, and then right behind that you have worthy, the first finger and toe. So the first finger and the second finger, which are really interesting. This worthy card was one of the important themes in the Aries reading from yesterday. So that there may be a message in there for you, but it's like, I feel like there's something here, Leo, about yourself, because pride, it's not a bad energy, Leo, but I feel like pride is an energy that is associated with Leo energy. But this one has a very positive message. So I'm going to read a section of it. So the elements are water and air. When it's imbalanced, esteem, like self-esteem, unashamed, and respect. When out of balance, shame, blame, and guilt. Okay, so in the three-dimensional world, pride has become warped and weaponized into a state of weakness. Having pride has become synonymous with being boastful, arrogant, and self-satisfied. Things many believe should make you feel shame, blame, and guilt. This distorted version of pride keeps you small, unable to see past yourself to something larger. It makes you believe that you have something to prove. In truth, pride simply demands that you be who you are. There is nothing shameful about that. Fan your metaphorical tail out, showing the world what you are here to bring, and then align to a state of receiving, giving, feeling supported, and activating that. Pride opens and clears the channel for more energy to flow through you because you are who you are, and because you've declared to the universe that you are willing to be this person in this vibration. Okay. What does pride feel like in my body? Where does it land? Does it come into me or feel a part of me, or is it beyond me? Which parts of myself have I been taught, directly or indirectly, to feel shame or guilt about? What parts of myself do I minimize? What is the scariest thing about showing up fully as I am, and what's the most exhilarating and expansive? What step can I take to begin being more me? How can I love this part first before showing it to anyone else? Okay. Leo, there's something of like, I'm seeing like this expansion happening for you with this pride energy, which is an aspect of who you are. It's you being who you are without shame, without guilt, without blame. It's just acceptance of who you are. And I feel like, though, that there may be discomfort about that, maybe because it is an area of your life where you associate it with shame or blame or guilt, right? That's sort of an out of balance energy of this card. So this card actually is not about, it's trying to correct this energy of, that society says is arrogant or boastful. So it could be something where it's like there's a gift, or you have a gift, or there's just something about you that is unique and beautiful. But that maybe you've been led to feel shame about this, or that others have tried to diminish this aspect of you or to make you hide it or that kind of thing. And so it's kind of like wanting to come through for you, Leo, as this like expansion of who you are, right? Where it's like you're free to shine. There's no shame about whatever this is. It's like it's just open and free. That's what I feel like you're working on at the moment. And I feel like, so it could have something to do with worthiness, but it doesn't have to be. But the first finger and second finger, so it's actually the thumb and the first finger and the index finger. The thumb and the index finger, which is interesting. And I'm seeing sort of like a pine cone kind of thing there, which to me is like representing the pineal gland. So it does kind of feel like an awakening of some sorts, Leo, or a reawakening energy, because I'm feeling this sort of like, I feel like it's that energy of like retrieving something that had been lost. Perhaps from a period of time where it was really difficult for you. Okay. Can I get one more card? Oh. It's a lot. These cards are kind of sticky. Okay, so you have 3 of them. Flexibility, the cervical spine, and there's another bird here, right? You have the peacock and now the swan. Which is interesting. There aren't that many cards in this deck that have animals, and you have 3 of them. And then you have sovereignty, coccyx, and supporting left foot, which is interesting. This sort of like root energy. And the tail. Okay. So I feel like grounding your energy is really important at the moment, Leo, being grounded. I'm just gonna glance at what the sovereignty card talks about. So this is the tailbone. So element air, when it's in balance, beacon and essence. When it's out of balance, hidden, small, and distorted. Sovereignty knows that self, not selfishness, is its set point. The sovereign self is not individual or self-serving. It does not navel gaze. It looks inward for alignment first, but then looks outward for how to support, receive, give, and move in relationship with that alignment. Deconditioning and integrating the truth of who you are is foundational. The more your alignment shifts towards your purpose for being on this planet is an incarnation, the most sovereign you become. The deeper you trust your sovereign energy and alignment, the more you understand your responsibility to others and shift grids, heal timelines, and create immeasurable change in the world. Beholden to your alignment and its transmission into the world, you become one unto yourself. Responsible for transmitting and nurturing this essence, you come into community. Yeah. It's your essence, Leo. You're tapping into your own essence. So, yeah, like, because both of these, especially with the left foot energy, like, it's talking about your roots, right? But the essence of yourself. I feel like you're aligning to your true essence, which is really interesting with this flexibility, the cervical spine, because I'm seeing it almost like an unfolding that happens. Because there's this I'm thinking about yoga now because of all this like body imagery, of course, but like when you're sort of just in a seated position, right, that how the base, like your foundation, is really important, and then it sort of like lifts up. That's how it's coming through to you, for you, Leo. Like there's something unfolding. Transition, which is a very interesting card at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So be flexible, because I do feel like there's something, this feels very much like a going inward and aligning to yourself first before taking a step forward. That's how it's coming through. So I do feel like right now you're in a very important part, Leo, where you're integrating something. Like you've gotten the gem from some sort of experience, right? Like it perhaps has to do with sovereignty here, with the coccyx, the tailbone. It's I feel like there is something hidden about yourself, or about like your own desires or something like that, that is that you're tapping into, Leo. Some sort of hidden desire maybe that you're tapping into, that I feel like is needing space to expand. Okay, now we're gonna go animals next. I feel like there's also going to be something though, like where it's like when you tap into your true essence, there may be something that falls away, right? It's like removing the scuba gear because you don't need it anymore, is how it's coming through. There may be something like that, right? It's like you don't need to carry extra burden. There's something like that coming through. So you may be shedding something, Leo. Something that you don't need anymore, or for this time period or whatever. You don't need it for whatever this section of your life is. That's how it's coming through. You may be shedding an aspect of that, so just be conscious. Because it does come with more freedom, right? It comes with an expression of who you truly are. That's how it's feeling. Because it does feel kind like, I'm just imagining like those, like the oxygen tanks, right? That are heavy, where it's like maybe you've been carrying something of an oxygen tank, metaphorically, like something that helped you to breathe in an environment that didn't have air, for example, which is coming through as sort of like the shadow protecting you from something. But it's kind of like, if you're wearing oxygen tanks, you can't spread your wings, right? Like it's that kind of energy where it's like maybe you have to shed an aspect of your shadow, the oxygen tanks, a burden of some sort, in order for you to spread your wings. Okay. Okay, Leo. The elephant. This is a really, Okay, this card talks about destiny and fate. It also talks to me about like wisdom is how it's coming through, but also like learning from past mistakes. That's how it's feeling to me. I've never gotten that message before, but it could be something where it's like you're integrating lessons from the past, right? Like getting the wisdom from past mistakes or past hurts or past whatever situations that were difficult. And I feel like you're gaining something very important for you that's going to help you along your path. Like you had to go through these certain challenges in order to grow. So it says, okay, so it says auspicious. It's the most auspicious figure in the deck. Represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. The destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. Yeah. Okay. When in balance, one pointed focus, generous and loving. When out of balance, misunderstands fate. To bring into balance, trust. Okay. So pay attention, Leo, because I feel like you're being very guided at the moment with this auspicious energy to explore a certain path that you were meant to explore. That's how it's coming through. And there's an energy here where it's like obstacles are being removed in order to clear your path towards what you're supposed to be moving towards. But there may also be something going on where it's like, sorry, my nose is so itchy right now. Where maybe certain paths are being blocked because that's not where you're supposed to be going, right? So just paying attention to that, being conscious of that. Okay. A lot of good fortune and wisdom that are guiding you. This could also be coming with good news as well. Like good news or like a new opportunity or something like that. Cosmic egg. Yeah. The cosmic egg. Because this was this sovereignty card. It looks kind of like a rattlesnake tail. And it kind of fits there as well. I feel like you're at the beginning of some sort of journey, Leo, or some sort of new expansion. You're at the beginning of it. And it's like radiating outward. But first, you have to like make sure that you're really connected to this sovereign aspect of yourself. Your true essence. I feel like you're at the beginning of a very auspicious path, Leo. And the peacock again. The peacock. Okay. Because I feel like the peacock gets such a negative view in a lot of tarot readings, but anyways, it has a very positive message for this one. Inner beauty, compassion, and assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. Because what I love here, Leo, about this is that in this peacock card, you don't see the tail, right? It's like the beauty of the peacock is not from its plumage. Whereas here, it's almost it's coming through as like the opposite. These are such interesting cards together. Because I feel like there's something here where it's like, maybe you're seeing... Leo, maybe you're seeing this sort of outward expression of your true essence. It does feel kind of like this outward expression where, I don't know, perhaps there's this like, perhaps people are, I don't know, this, not trying to like inflate anyone's ego here, but maybe you're very attractive, or that whatever it is, if it's not physically, it's like maybe you're attracting a lot of like manifestations or something like that. There's some sort of outward expression or reflection of your inner beauty that's coming through, but the beauty is coming from your sovereignty. That's how it's feeling, or if you don't want to use the word beauty, it could be something like your light, your aura is coming from this energy that's within your true essence. Your sovereignty. Perhaps like a groundedness or something like that. Like something that's like very, very true to you. Your true essence just keeps wanting to come through. Like the beauty of your true essence. But I feel like, especially with this, I'm just seeing these two cards as like completing one another today, right? Because it's kind of like this part of the peacock is not lit up, whereas this one is. So it's like they complete one another. I feel like you're especially with the cosmic egg, that's the crown chakra, this level of like enlightenment or completion or wholeness within you that's happening. There's more that I want to say with the peacock energy, but I lost it. So, okay, golden egg at the bottom of the deck, which is the heart chakra. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so with the pride card, there may have been like an aspect of your inner beauty that was somehow associated with shame or guilt or blame or whatever. Any of those energies that may have caused you to withdraw or to hide this aspect of yourself. But I feel like that's what you're untangling, or that's what's sort of being shed, right? Like that heavy burden, or like metaphorical scuba gear that was there to protect you while you were in the ocean, but you're not in the ocean anymore, Leo. So you don't need that. You can shed that skin or whatever. That's how it's coming through. Okay, so let's pull a couple of archetype cards for you, Leo. Can we see what's ahead or no? Yeah, maybe we don't need more cards from this deck. Okay, we're gonna switch to the Elements deck, the Elemental Oracle. I feel like there's some sort of like gift or blessing or opportunity that's headed your way, Leo, to help you with this. It's a reflection of your inner truth is how it's coming through. Yeah, emotion, air. There's a lot of movement coming through your reading, especially with this elephant, like this unstoppable energy. This is also coming through with like the Eight of Wands today as well. The Eight of Wands, like a lot of movement towards something, or there's a lot of things changing. The fluidity, outer core. You have 22 and 12. Because this fluidity, outer core, it does talk to me about like outer beauty. There's a very strong Venus energy that comes through with this card. So it could have to do with Venus energy, whatever that is for you. I feel like there's something about pleasure and beauty that's really being highlighted for you, Leo, which is interesting because Leo rules over the 5th house, right? Which is coming through as passion today, or things that you're passionate about, or matters of the heart, which is interesting. But again, there's this energy of like shame that's coming through with that. Like almost like feeling ashamed about that. And then you have the marine life richness, which is the sort of bottom of the ocean energy, but it's illuminated. This is not a negative card, actually, even though it, like the bottom of the ocean, whenever that energy comes through, that can be sort of like a lot of overwhelm, or like, you know, feeling very low or emotionally heavy. This card doesn't come through with that though, because I feel like there's something about your shadow aspect that is becoming illuminated. So you have 12, 22, and 32. So 2 is a very significant number for you, Leo. Something about your shadow is being illuminated, and you're gaining the wisdom from it, is how it's feeling. And because of that, there's like this emergence of yourself, your true essence that is being seen, perhaps by others, but most definitely yourself. You're seeing a true aspect of yourself, and transformation is under that. But this is the bottom of the deck energy. Okay, transition. I feel like whatever this this aspect of self is that you are rediscovering, because I feel like it's not something that's like new to you. It's something that you're rediscovering that perhaps has been kept in the shadow for a long time. When you integrate that aspect of self, I feel like it's aligning you to this path that perhaps was blocked to you before because you didn't have this like key, or you didn't have this like you weren't connected to this part of you or something like that. It's like now that you have this, or that you've integrated this part of you, you can now move forward. That's how it's coming through. Okay, I'm gonna pull one card from this Elemental Alchemy. This card came out in Aries reading yesterday, which is really interesting. It's about speaking from the heart, right? Like speaking words that promote unity. It really is about speaking from the heart, Leo. Because you are, Leo also rules over the heart with the golden egg as well. It could be about, the crocodile underneath that. It could be something about like you've tapped into some sort of true essence of your heart. It's like when Venus and the sun are working together in conjunction. That's how it's coming through for you, Leo. But I'm getting a very strong Venus energy, of course, with the peacock in this outer core. I'm going to pull one more card because this came out in Aries reading, in the Aries reading yesterday. I'm going to pull one more card for you, Leo. I feel like there may also be some sort of action that you're going to be feeling like there's going to be some sort of action that you're going to feel you need to take as a result of this integration. That's how it's feeling. Like it's coming through with like King of Wands. Okay. And then you have 32 again. Water, spring, earth, which 3 and 2 of course add to 5. Okay. And the hummingbird. The hummingbird is coming through as a symbol as well, which is another Venus energy to me. Okay. Everything that we see and everything that we experience here on Earth is an outpouring from someone else. It sounds so simple, and yet it is unimaginably profound. All that you consider yours came from another. Everything on this planet is a synthesis of other people's manifestations and hard work. Recognize the effort and the collaboration that has gone into everything that you have and use and love. Honor the ones who have poured their gifts into your life. Okay. There's a strong energy here, Leo, of like there's a lot in your life right now that is coming through as like a co-creation or seeing how everything is connected and that everything that you have came from somebody else or some like other people's work and all of that, and then also seeing how you contribute to that chain or that cycle as well. There's a strong energy here of like your roots. So it could be associated with family. It could be associated with like your culture or like whatever. However you relate to the root energy of belonging. Your physical body as well is also coming through very strongly. Like what grounds you to the earth. And there's something very magical that's unfolding from that, Leo. It's really lovely. Okay. I want to pull one more card from the Animal Apothecary deck. So Something really beautiful is hatching in your life, Leo. Yeah. Okay, you have 2 sacred boundaries, but also transformation, the phoenix. You have 42 and 43 for these numbers. It's very interesting. The number 2 is coming through very strongly for you. But 2 as the second number. 12, 22, 32, 42. Phoenix is an ancient bird that will burn himself every few hundred years to be born anew. He diligently builds his nest with cinnamon and frankincense. Then with one clap of his wings, he ignites his nest into a blazing fire. He endures a night filled with roaring flames and insurmountable pain. When the sun begins to rise, he too emerges from the ashes more brilliant and mesmerizing than the human mind can fathom. Phoenix comes with informative medicine. He says you are also on the verge of total transformation. Although you may still be living a current reality that your past self manifested, the medicine of this card foretells a profound change is approaching. You are in the space in between jumping timelines. This timeline is your transition from an old version of yourself into the new and evolved version of yourself. Do not get caught in the trap of believing your current reality defines what lies ahead. It is very possible you are projecting old, limiting beliefs onto the situation. Trust that all your effort over the last months and years are in the alchemical process of manifesting. You are now in the moment before you shift into your fullest self. You must believe the highest version of yourself is waiting and ready to be self-actualized. Yeah, Leo. Major transformation here for you, but it's like a blossoming or an opening up of some sort of new path that feels very destined. Okay, Leo, I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.